It's a good morning to you all and welcome to Asake Online. This is the Breakfast Club. My name is Zenzel Ndebele. This week is a very exciting week because on Thursday the nomination court will be sitting and different political parties will be fielding or actually presenting papers for their different candidates, and it will be very interesting to see which candidate is filing their papers for which party, because we know that while the process of primary elections has been done in most the two major political parties and many other parties have chosen their candidates, there is still a lot of bickering, and some candidates are not happy with the candidates that were chosen, and other people basically decide to be independent candidates. But we also know that in the alliance partners, the MDC alliance, there are some people who think that the MDC candidates have been campaigning on the ground, undermining the alliance partners or those from other parties, and there might also be surprises there. Even within ZANU-PF, there are some people who still think that the few candidates are going to pull a shocker, file as independent candidates or file for other political parties. So this is a very exciting week. But also, as we know that the whole process of ZEC is ongoing, people are interested to know what will happen with the ballot printing, who's going to print ballot papers, how many are going to be printed. So we are already in the exciting times when it comes to elections. A few days ago, the Habakkuk Trust had a meeting where they were talking about reviewing the whole process of biometric voting. Was it free? Was it fair? Were people given enough time to register? Was there enough awareness for people to register? As we know that until the process finished, we now have about 5.5 million registered voters in Zimbabwe, and it will be very interesting to see how many of these 5.5 million people actually turn out to vote. So at this meeting, there were different speakers, and Liberty Bebe, who was one of the speakers, actually talked about some of the issues as young people they were not happy about, the awareness that was created around this time. But also the ZEC lady came in to defend their position and explain why they think the process was smooth, free, and everyone had a chance to actually register. So join us as we listen to this program and actually learn a lot about this biometric voting, because it's a new thing and everyone is excited. Some people are surprised. Some people are really not yet sure how this is going to work out.
Zakhuluma njengontanga mina ngisuka kunhlanganiso okuthiwa i-National Youth Development Trust esebenza labatsha, esebenza labontanga. So njengoba ngihle ngathi ukuthi ngizakhuluma njengontanga, ukuthi ukuthi lizangivumela ngikhulume lokho engikubonileyo ngesikhathi kusenziwa i-voter inspection. Kodwa kunzima kimi ukuthi ngiqalise khonapho ngoba i-voter inspection ingxenye ye-process ye-election. So give me kuba lula ukuthi ngiqalise from i-period ye-voter registration. Ngitsho njalo ukuthi kuyini esikubonileyo, kuyini esiko-observileyo, kuyini esicabanga ukuthi kuhambe kuhle, kuyini esicabanga ukuthi kuhambe kubi, kuyini njalo esicabanga ukuthi kumele kwenziwe. Ngasuka lapho-ke ngizakhangela briefly i-voter inspection, ama-challenges esiwabonileyo, bese ngicina ngenye into emqoka kimi sikhangelele ukhetho. Into kuthiwa inyamazana leyo kuthiwa i-biometric voter registration ibiyinyamazana entsha yithi eZimbabweans. Kodwa ibiqhakathekile for us as Zimbabweans because udaba lwe-voters roll lube luvele lu-central to i-election eZimbabwe. Ngo-2013 abama-political party lathi thina esimelele inhlanganiso zamalungelo oluntu sinanzelele ukuthi iZEC ihambisana le-ofisi ka-Registrar General yehlulekile ukuthi abantu bayibone i-voters roll esetshenziswe ukhetho lungekenzakali. Siyazi ukuthi ama-political parties amanye aze ahamba e-court bayithola a day before the election. So if voters' roll has been one of the most critical, contentious issues in Zimbabwe's elections. So it becomes a very important point ukuthi sikhangele. My stadium elections has shown that in Zimbabwe, every election, kulento yodwa esiyibambayo sithi hey, this is the change. Ngo-1980 savota nge-ID, and 1985 eMathebeleni sithi iguground election bavota sokule voters roll. That was the change. So there is always a change. Ngo-2000 kwavota watshintshwa kwathiwa nokulama ballot box la planka lawa ahlupha asifake nawe a translucent. But in every election there is a contestation of the electoral result. Khathesi ngo-2018 itshintshwe esilalo yikuyini yi-voters roll. Kumele sikhangelise sihlolisise ukuthi does it meet the standards. So give me, that's why kuqakathekile ukuthi siqalise ukukhangeleni i-voters roll. A lot of things happened. Thina njengabontanga, when the process started, ngizabonga iZEC ngoba they tried to modify the process as it proceeded. But one thing that we observed is what information even lutshwane phandle. Abantu bebengakwazi ukuthi kwenzakalani. Especially ontanga. iZEC yona ngokwayo imelele kwaze kwaba too late ukuqalisa ukufundisa abantu nge-biometric voter registration. This is a new thing, asiyazi. So nxa sonke singayazi kwenzakalani. Siyaqalisa ukuxoxelana izitori lenganekwane lani information igcina isiba wrong that is out there. That was a serious challenge esayibonayo thina nge-voter registration. Abantu bebengakuzwisisi. Ngesikhathi abantu bezwisisa, kwesisikhathi besokudlulile ezigabeni zabo. So kumele beyilandelele iprocess, beyilandele kwezinye indawo. Sase sibona thina ukuthi for ontanga ukuyilandelela lokho kubenzima, especially ontanga beZimbabwe abangasebenziyo ngoba bese kusitsho ukuthi kumele bekhiphe imali esikhwameni abavele bengelayo. Number 2, kube kule challenge yokuhlanga indlela iZEC esebenzela le office ka Registrar General. Iningi labantu ngapha eMandebeleni abala ma-ID, abala ma-birth certificates. So i-process ibadlulile besazama ukudinga i-ID ne-birth certificate, especially emakhaya lapho okade kumele behambe isibanga esithile ukuze beyethatha i-ID ne-birth certificate. Besicabanga ukuthi lokhu kuzayenziwa ngcono. Number 3, sinanzelele ukuthi ama-requirements, one of the requirements being into a proof of residence, it took a lot of time to deal with it. Though they gave us 10 options, abantu vele proof of residence ade beyikhangele ukuthi kumele kube something official, and until baze bathi hayi VR9 form yenele, waqala kwathi hayi VR9 form kumele idindwe ngu-Commissioner of Oaths, abantu bathi imali yakhona silayo. All those things continued to make it difficult for abantu to actually register. So for me, those challenges created a challenge in some areas, particularly in Mathebeleni, there was limited or low voter registration figures. Especially if you look at areas like Ibulawayo, a number of challenges hindered people from actually registering as voters. So when it came to voter inspection, what were the challenges? Let me first say, maybe again commend ZEC and also commend Zimbabweans. Voter inspection that happened over the last 2 weeks or 12 days or so, 10, 12 days, there's been very peaceful. I think the challenge we have had with Zimbabwe's electoral processes in the past is that violence and intimidation has been a central part of them. So bekulo iyenzakale in an environment of peace. Angazi ingxenye angikhulumeli sonke, but what we generally observed was that there was general peace. And again, I think we noted something which esengazange sikubone uma elections adlulileyo. Lapho iZRP immediately announced a national and provincial command centers to observe the environment, which was very, I mean, in a way, it's progressive. Huh? So I want to lay some level of progress with regards to that. For us, it meant there is some kind of element of change. But despite that, there were challenges. Number one, IZEC did not publicize its regulations regarding voter inspection. As civil society, as people who were supposed to look at the standard of the process, how process the regulations and procedures of the inspection of voters' roll were not publicized. Number two, information in voter inspection also was given too late. Abantu, it was like it was Jumile. We were always asking, would I inspected any voters' roll? Then was Juma. And was just 10 days, which for us was very limited time. Limited time in terms of announcement of the process, limited time in terms of the process of inspection itself. In those areas. Number three, AMA officials, they were in some instances not well capacitated to deal with responding to concerns by the public, especially on omitted names. Kulabaya abantu abasifonele bathi mina phela ngiyenzile u265, right? Ibizo lami ngalibona kodwa ngahamba ku voters roll aliswela. Ngathola kubhalwe male mina ngiyifemale, ngathola kubhalwe female mina ngiyimale. And so those inconsistencies and irregularities, there was inadequacy in terms of responses by the commission to respond to a whole lot of these challenges that abantu were facing when they were going for voter inspection. Number three, we had, so for me, some of these things in terms of information explain why probably we had a very low turnout. Kulula nxa uSkomichi esinika ama-figures esithi kulabantu abangu-694,030 abahambe baya-inspect voters roll. Ngoba sicabanga ukuthi inamba enkulu. But in actual fact, that is less than 12% of the registered voters. So it means 12% or less physically inspected the voters roll. Basitshele bathi kule 3,256,440 aba-receiver ama-bulk SMS or ama-SMS ebatshela about their inspection. And that, if you go to the ZEC website, I think it also gives us 719,387 people abasebenzisa uthiwa i-USSD platform 265 law. Ungahlanganisa konke khonokho, it means that you have 3,950,470 people that inspected the voters' roll. You have slightly above 1 million people that did not. Who neither used the USSD platform, received an SMS, or physically inspected. Again, Kumbuliti USSD platform le SMS waba le duplication. I mean, I used both. Actually, I used 3 methods. But physically, I saw USSD, I check, I receive the SMS. So there is also an element of duplication. So there is a considerable number of Zimbabweans who registered but did not inspect the voters' roll. Over 1 million of us who do not know whether or not we appear on the voters' roll. So for me, these are serious challenges as we go for inspection. What is my recommendation to ZEC? ZEC must publish the results of the voters' roll in every inspection center outside, so that the process of inspection continues right up to election period. This will help the majority of Zimbabweans to inspect the voters' roll and check if they are in the right polling station, if they are details. I know that some of us will say, give us a late opportunity change, but at least it will reduce the number of people that will get lost on election day. It will reduce the number of people that will not know where they are going to vote when it comes to election day. I would think something as there's been lots of noise around the issue of the printing of the ballot paper. I think for me, Zach, if we were to restore people's confidence in the election, as Zamen will reduce the possibility of multiple voting. There's been allegations in this country that people vote more than once. There were allegations in 2008, in 2013, that the ink that ZEC used could be washed off. That immediately after voting, you can wash it off. I think for me, that is one of the critical things that has resulted in people losing their confidence in the electoral process. More than the Nikuv ballot paper, more than the voters' roll itself, the fact that we have no confidence, everything about Kulumilela does not address double voting. It does not address multiple voting. What should we do? Let's allow the process to be transparent enough. We know that by international standard, 14 to 25% of silver nitrate. We know that lokuthi kumele ikwanise ukulasta at least 72 hours. Kulama allegations yokuthi eka 2013 yayile 3%. Yikho yayigeziseka. So for us, for the election to be regarded as transparent, let us return to international standards. Ukuba le inki akusho ukuthi it's according to international standard. Asitshiyaneni lokusebenzisa amehlo abantu to inspect the ink. Let us use the equipment that is relevant to inspect the presence of ink ezandleni. Noma ungazi register ka 20, we are told in this election that people are fear ukuthi kulabantu who have registered several times because general public has no. I think the biggest allegation is that the process here ID issuance has been manipulated in this country, such that people have more than one ID in some areas. Those who observed the Mwenezi East by-election, there were over 200 people, over 100. In a country where life expectancy is very limited. So we need to ensure that we reduce double and multiple voting. One man, one vote.
Siyabonga baba Phepha. You raised quite a number of issues. Kodwa ngaphakathi kwami ngase ngisiba lokuhelelwa. Maybe ukuthi ngumama. Kuthi colubana ule lokhu maybe not only to baby but kithi sonke. Colubana silokuthatha indaba yokuthi ZEC has an open door policy. Sikhulumisane leZEC on everything that we don't understand so that we get clarity. Singakayiphandle ngakho. Because kulama issues that I would want to address, it would have been better ngabe usithintile samclearla wasesenza ispeech sakhe. With all due respect, Baba Pepe, the first point ezokuthi ngabe kwabanje sisiya ku BVR ngizazekela because it's water under the bridge sesidlule. Angithi ngeke sibuyele emuva. But I would only touch on those things embone ngani zingasilimaza njengomphakathi sisiya phambili. Delayed information on voter inspection and limited to 10 days. Yeah. Initially, ZEC yathi inspection, voter inspection izaba ngi 30 days. Angithi ayibanga 30 days. Ngenxa yokuthi emidlalweni wonke lo ZEC kayikho yodwa. Kulama factors that come influence the decision ZEC. But at the end of the day, ZEC imele ithatha ama decisions ebona angenza ukuthi election ihambe straight. Sithe siqeda register kwaba labanye le company esisa ecourt, the company that gave us imchina yakuli register. Simple for the fact ukuthi sasithe thina itender yokuthi ozazikhangelela amabizo ethu ukuthi abhalwe uregister kangaki sathi itender sayinika another company engayisiyo yasinika imchina. Sibalekela ukuthi funa lumchina uvela ulokunye maybe singakunanzelelanga. Ngcono sithathe enye company iza discover nxa kulobubhanqa phakathi. Company yasimangalela indaba yakhona ithethe more than a month ecourt and we could not proceed indaba lingakalungiswa. Khona kuyana kudlile 30 days yethu esasilithembise yona. Thina ngokwethu we thought ukuthi sesiqedile lapha sesichova sesikhamba. We had to wait icourt solve indaba size sigcine sithenga umchina. We won sawuthenga kulani company. Usubuyile umchina needed 3 weeks ukuthi usebenze usearche amabizo aregistrwe kanengi double voting okuyiyo eZimbabwe esilwa ngayo. That meant asisela 30 days for inspection. Number 1. Number 2, i-constitution ithi nxa sisiya ku inspection you give the public a reasonable time for inspection. It doesn't give us ukuthi libanika amalanga amangaki. It says a reasonable time. So ZEC had to sit down ithi kambe i-reasonable time ngaba yini? Cela ubana sikhangelela ukuthi akula proclamation ebuyayo inspection ingenziwanga. So aluba silinike more than 10 days ngabe lokhu singela proclamation sisonke. So bekumele senze isikhathi esizavuma ukuthi proclamation yenziwe bese kulokuxokozela ukuthi proclamation ibuya nini, proclamation ibimelele inspection. Now another point to that 10 days, indlela esenze ngayo inspection safaka ama messages, safaka ukuthi ungazidingela lawe ngo hashtag kusitshengisile ukuthi umsebenzi lo ungenziwa nge-10 days and for sure wenziwe. So as ZEC, we are excited, we are very happy. We don't share your cries. Sorry. Our officers not well informed, bephendula kungaqedakali angali ngiyavuma ngibone kakhulu Mpotile Bulawayo ingathi nothing Mpotile njalo ngiyezwa ubese Mash East ama commissioners sanika nama provinces uthi lathi sizibonele mathupha siyahlangana lama officers angelalwazi olupheleleyo, but bear with us asima officers ezekila ngama officers esiwabutha sesifuna ukwenza umsebenzi. We don't have enough time to train them. Ngoba basemsebenzini yabo la. Asingeke futhi sibayekele ukubasebenzisa ilizwe libanzi. So ukuthi omunye umuntu nxa simtrainer in 3 days ukhetha fast okungakanani kuyachiyana. So uyafica kulabanye vela la ngekhaya kulabantwana ababambi kanye kanye. That's the situation, but we try. That's why it's sends ama follow-ups balandelela so that ama situations lawa singabiswa correct. It is unfortunate ke nxa ungafica kwenye situation kungacorrectwana. Low turnout. I put a big no, Mr. Baby. There is no low turnout for voter inspection. Uthe million, about 1 million engakucheckanga ngithi let me deal with that 1 million. If voters roll endala andithandi ukukhuluma ngayo kodwa ngizakhuluma ngayo yayingelani lezeki kodwa umkhosi wawuhlathwa kakhulu ukuthi abanye abantu abafayo kudaladala uSmith wayelokho khona babe khona ku voters roll. Abanye mhlawumbe angikwazi how far true ukuthi abanye babe appear uthi abanye ba appear kanengi ngithi. So i-purpose ye-BVR i-purpose yokuqalisa katsha bekuyikuthi i-BVR iyadila labantu abaregister kabili kathathu. Ubungaregister ka-10 ufike la uregister usuke ngalo uyeregister usuke ngalo uyeregister ungaregister ka-10 but umtshina lo engikhulume ngawo ubufika uphika as long as inumber zakho zesithupha appear more than once uyadopha. That's why libonesile into okuthiwa exclusion list ngiyabantu abakade be appear more kumbe kulama problems esitshengisa ukuthi lokho hayi akusikho kahle kahle. So we are confident in that. However, akula voters roll engala dead person. Ngoba omunye ngikhuluma ngathi uyafa kodwa ku voters roll. So there will be no day, no country that our voters roll has no dead person until maybe that country even a system where umuntu nxa esifa noma ngaphi automatically kuyaziwa umtshini uziphikele automatically nxa uregister but still kulabanye abafayo emakhaya abangaregistrwa abangcwatshwa kuphela so sizahlala labo until kube le voters roll njengayonale yalonyaka we umuntu oregister uzibuyela mathupha aziregister kambe ofile angabuya abuye. Now imillion ayichoyo nansi phakathi kwe-5 million esalitshela yona abangu 5,326 sesatshela ukuthi sebafa sebasichiya, so minus from 5 million. Abangu 3,077 babe register kabili kathathu ka20. Abangu 2,615 kade belama ID numbers angayisiwo edaba bimillion yakho ayifiki ngoba ayiphosa ukufika. Thank you. Ngiyakwazi ukuthi ngiyidobhile imillion yakho. Right. So, printing of the ballot paper, printing of the ballot paper, reducing possibility of multiple voting. Senti lumchina lwana uyasikhuphela double registration. Abese sithi ubhebhe hayi bayageza inki bayevota futhi okwesi2. Ngiyavuma bhebhe umcabango wakho lawo. Kodwa nangu lami ngifuna ukuqhehla ngakho indlebe. Inki liyanokhuluma ngayo bhebhe. Uthe wena ayisiyo international standard. Indelible ink is an international standard. Njalo futhi ngiyeza kona. Njalo futhi if you are aware kuma sesisiya sizaze siye kwenza voters roll siyenza iBVR yakathesi bese sitshintshile sesebenzisa ipen, which doesn't have that percentage of khuluma ngayo. Thina amaphephethe swaphetheyo. So when nxa usuyihlolile uyabuya uthi zeki mina sengihlolile nanku. Yikho sithi consultation is important because ku-public thina we will bring esilakho, which is not what you have. So when if you have checked and assessed and you have different results, come to us and show us and we will move on. What we are not happy about, you go to ngazenzeli assessment, then you go to the public, you tell the public. That is not fair to the public. You are damaging in knowledge esibanika yona. And the people will not be confident in ezeke as long as kulabantu abatshela abantu izinto ezingayisizo. Right. Now, what we have done, I want this public to be confident in a voters roll until we approve the wrong. Indlela siya kuyo kathesi siyavota ngayo it's polling station based. Izolo besi ward based. Ubuthi ku ward elama polling station angu-5. Ibizo lakho belisiba khona kuwo wonke wongu-5. Ubungathi ungavota ku station 1. Ugezi inke khulunywe ngubhebhe. Uye ku station 2. Ufika uvote. Ngilandela abathi abamalobhebhe bathi yagezeka. So ubungabhoda lazo nxa ukwanisa. Kodwa thina besicabanga ukuthi awukwanisi. But ubhebhe uthi inxa iyakwaniseka. So ubungabhoda wonke wongu-5. But in 2018 your name Mntanenkosi is only in one polling station. Station uyafika ibizo lakho. Kangakanani ukuthi uzabuya kimi ngunike iballot paper uphenduke futhi ngunike iballot paper. You think I won't recognize you? That's number 1. Number 2, silama party agents. Sisanika nama ballot paper size siyefike kuvotiseni sindawonye tek. Ama party agents lawo ngamehlo angakubona ungena kwesibili aza kudoba anto vele i-polling station ngiye village abantu abazanayo. So ama party agents laza bekuyekelelana ekwazi lo ngowe party nwabo lo ngokaxamu lwana ngokaxoxo nxa ungena uzevotela uxamu lo uzazonda hlathi wena usubuye kwesi2. Ngabantu abazanayo lapho. Njalo ama-party agents ayasayina zihlobo zami on every document. Nxa sesiqedile ukuvota, ama-party agents ayasayina ama-results sabala basayina ukuthi sibale bekhona babone yonke into sithathe sinamathisele lapha. Baby, if you have enough staff, You can take your staff on the polling day. Report on every polling station, lithatha ama figures and add them together and see if ZEC will give you a different number. Unga-eda konke okuzabe kuseminyango, uku-eda ilizwe lonke, ubone ukuthi uZEC yona ikunike a different number. I-office isenzele kahle, ibadobhile, sidila lapho. So asi-expect ukuthi basiphambanise. I just wanted to point out these things and thank you for that. We interrupt our program. Baby, we are friends.
Election processes are always contested because there's someone who always feel that enough was not done and someone who always feel that enough has been done. Sometimes I think that political parties and different stakeholders will always want to create an excuse before the elections are even done to say when they lose, they will always say, but we told you that the process was not free. We told you that this didn't happen. So I think from this meeting you can tell that already people don't agree whether the BVR process was done in a fair, free environment. Everyone had the opportunity to register. For me, the interesting part will be, I want to know when it comes the 30th of July, how many people are going to turn out to vote. Are we going to see 5.5 million voting, or we're going to see 2 million? How many people eventually are going to go and vote? So when, as a Zimbabwean, what I can encourage you is that tell your friend that on the 30th of July, why don't you exercise your right and go and vote for your preferred candidate? This was the Breakfast Club, where we were actually talking or discussing about the BVR process, whether it was really done according to the expectations of the people. Till we meet you again, have a good day.